Hello, Internet.
Hi.
Is that what I say when we
That's
go live,
a different
Dan?
podcast.
Mom,
I
maybe.
think
I don't
that
know if my
comes
mom's
from.
watching. I told her about it, but
See you this
she's
time.
She's a busy lady. I don't know. See, I'm saying this now, so if she's watching in a minute, I will get a Slack message saying, "Yes, I'm here." So I'll keep an eye out.
All right, I tweeted the thing. I've
I'm
done
just
the
waiting
things.
to see if the video actually shows up. There it is. Okay.
Okay, cool.
And then somebody will
Hurrah.
tell us if we're all audible, including me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can everybody hear
Can
Dan?
you hear
Dot
Dan?
That's
com.
the
Why
important
is
question.
it always me?
Because you're running
the
the
one,
You were the
board.
one.
Always.
Okay, I
That
guess.
happened too.
Always.
Yeah.
Secret Agent says no sound, and probably, I mean, if Secret Agent has been working a long con to mess with us.
Someone else says I can
Yeah.
hear people though, so
Oh,
Okay.
wait. I don't know.
Okay.
Secret Agent has always been reliable, so.
Yes. Are you suddenly becoming someone we don't know?
Or do they just not have their volume turned up, which is something
Ooh.
that I
And
have
they can
done
hear me.
multiple times.
All right.
Okay.
We're gold.
People say they can hear Dan. That's all we need.
Really, yeah, that's the important
You
thing.
don't need to hear the rest of these jokers. Just me. I'll do all the characters and Tony's parts.
Oh,
I'm more of
wow.
a poison
I'll just sit
ivy.
back and.
I'm here for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yep. I have my drink in my hand. I'm good.
Dan, I don't know if it matters for the stream. I just reshared the image of the person that you're all talking to.
I mean, I'll. It's on my screen, therefore it's on the screen of the live stream. So,
Is it? I don't see it there, but
well,
maybe
it's
that's
the live stream's always a
Give it
little
a
bit
second.
behind. You got to remember.
Oh, okay, that's why.
It's there's a tape delay in case
Yeah.
Elaine loses her crap and just starts swearing left and right, which we all know
Oh.
she'll do.
That's
is
going on
want to
Twitter
do.
if that happens.
Yeah.
I tried
Listen
to
here,
pick the
you-
person least likely, I thought, but actually, I don't think it's Elaine.
I curse
yeah. Micah?
a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
So as I said that, I was like, no, that's the wrong call. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who it
Remember
is.
that there's a secret members only podcast where Micah thought it would be fun to swear, but it hurts his soul when he
And
does.
the thing is, it became so much more than just this is a place where we can swear.
No,
it was a
it wa-
place to be terrible people
yes,
doing terrible
war-
things.
It was a very special
So
war
you were
crimes
playing
edition of
Dungeons and Dragons, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't feel great about the idea that swearing automatically, like the people who swear more are like
Are horrible
understood
people.
to be horrible people because
Yeah,
I
it's a-
swear quite a bit in
Yeah,
my life, and
it's
I don't
definitely
think
not.
I'm horrible.
I would just say that podcast went from being a slippery slope to just like a cliff that somebody agrees.
I have a podcast where part of the premise is like, we swear and
You're,
it's a lot of
you're
swearing.
real.
And
Things get real.
somebody wrote in an iTunes review once that we sounded like we swore just because like we were 12-year-olds who just like wanted to be cool, which I felt was
Well, I mean
kinda
that's
hurt a little bit.
harsh, but it's not,
Not
wrong.
untrue, no,
Yeah,
I mean-
so. All right, we have most importantly we've made sure Secret Agent has fixed their audio. That was the key
Yay.
thing there.
That's important.
That's very important. I think we have 13 people watching now. That's delightful.
I
one
don't
of
A
them-
very
That's my mom, I'm
spooky
sorry.
Barovian
Yeah.
number.
Whoa. Oh,
You
down to
said
12.
Renee is not joining us?
She has not said anything, and I posted it like an hour ago. so
Listen,
she's
you
Okay.
can
probably
lead a
up for
Renee
dinner.
to podcast.
But you can't
Can't
make her
watch.
listen?
Mm, mm.
Mhm.
All right, it is 8:15. I think we might as well.
Yeah.
Simon says, as an Australian, that podcast was not very sweary. That's fair. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it was just a lot of other
Erica,
things.
can we do a special Australian version of that where we just bleep every third word and then
Sure.
let people fill in
I
the
was
blanks?
going to say
Fill in-
just
fill in
insert
lines.
them just
Yeah.
randomly.
Yep.
Yep.
So, all right. I guess everyone's here. Let's try and start. That's unusual for us, right?
Yeah, let's do this.
So, I don't know how these things work.
Did you want me once the episode has started and we're introduced? Do you want me to read the recap of last time? I can.
Yeah, we'll do that. Erica, I don't remember how anything works because it's literally been a month. Do we do that in the episode or before
Well,
the
the thing
episode?
is, we haven't really. We only did that one time. I was
Mhm.
editing the episode, and I don't know if I just put my foot down and was like, "I want to read this thing that I spent so
Or
much
was that
time
because it
writing."
was the start of a season?
No, it wasn't. It
No?
was just another episode.
It was just a
Oh.
thing we did.
Yeah, but you know what? It actually it
Yeah,
sounded
it helped
kind of
me.
smooth and professional.
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh,
are
this
you
is
ready to
like a
sound smooth and
special-
professional today?
Can I?
Should
say
we all leave?
Can I say previously on Total Party Kill, and then Erica can do the?
Oh, I
like,
love
the
this.
package?
I love this.
I appreciate how collectivist this all is.
Uh-huh.
because A, it's less work for me, and B, it usually means things are going to fall down in amusing ways, and I think the listeners appreciate that. So
Also, I find it interesting the things that we as players find notable about an episode, and then you can come in as the dungeon master and be like, and also remember this, and this happened.
Yeah.
And then
All the
we
main
get a
plot
little bit
stuff.
of that balance. I
I try
it.
to be a kind and generous dungeon master to make up for my failures as a person. So
Good work, Tony.
all right, let's I've said we should do the thing. Several minutes have passed. We're gonna do the thing. Important business. This is Tuesday, March 7th. We are planning to play again next Tuesday, March 14th. That will probably be our sessions for March based on calendaring. April dates to be determined, but mark that on your calendar if you really have nothing better to do at 8:00 next Tuesday. Be here because we will be also. All right.
A big smiley face sticker on it. Circle it with a marker.
Please, yes. In whatever color you choose.
Yeah.
Preferably black. Because it's Barovia.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, your dungeon master. I use he, him pronouns. Today, we are continuing our Dog and Pony Curse of Strahd adventures. That's right. They're still in Barovia. Yep. Still in Barovia, specifically in Castle Ravenloft. But before I get too carried away, let's introduce our players. They will introduce their characters, and then we'll have a recap. First up in the YouTube window, and first in our hearts, it's Jane Rett.
Hi, Tony. I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue. We both use she, her pronouns.
Next up, he should really be at the bottom, but he's put himself there. It's Dan Morin.
I am where I am. I play Castan Onatar's Crucible, a Warforged cleric of the god Onatar, who uses they, them pronouns. I use he, him pronouns.
Next up, it's Aline Sims.
I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Hi. I play Imra Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, who has an amazing dog, Andrew Knight. She's a very good watchdog. We all use she, her pronouns.
Also joining us, Erica Ensign.
Hello, I play Brildish, the Dwarven Paladin. Her pronouns, like mine, are she, her. And Brildish has a lovely celestial pony named Pony Cindelarent. Yep, that's right, Tony. Reminder, that pony is named Pony Cindelarent. And Pony's pronouns are he, him.
You know, I think every time I forget that that's Pony's name.
I know you do.
And that's
and
like a
key.
It's like a key part of me coming back each month. Is that
Welcome.
like my brain just rejects that information as that's not going to help. These guys,
these dumbos.
Yep. And last but not least, it's Micah Sargent. Hi, Micah.
Hi.
Micah, would you like to
do
introduce
more?
your character?
I just wanted to see what was going to happen. Yes, I play chaotic. Anyway, I play Elevor Landman, the half-elf druid, and he and I both use he/him pronouns, as well as the very awesome Samus, the saber-toothed tiger. She mostly uses she/her pronouns whenever I do communicate with her, and also Danu, the mimic octopus that is a fey creature who does not have any preferences for pronouns.
All right. So what has been happening on our adventures, Q-Dan?
Previously on Total Party Kill, Dog and Pony Show, Curse of Strahd.
Elevor used Create Bonfire to burn the corners of the closed drawbridge, so it detached from the chains holding it up to Castle Ravenloft. Elevor then became Radivor and scurried through the closed portcullis. Between Elevor using the magic switch for half of the portcullis and Crucible trying to manually lift it, we got it opened enough to duck through. We then scampered to our secret hinged stone door, discovered that nobody else had been in that hallway, and we went down the stairs back into the Hall of Bones. At that point, Elevor started a trend of digging for toys in bone piles. While that happened, Lena opened a door to find a hall of mist and a fellow sweeping it. Elevor struck up a conversation, as he does, and we all gathered in the bone room to chat.
And so I think we pick up where we left off. You are in the bone room. You have, I guess, been followed by, escorted, are joined by a character. I believe he introduced himself with last name. His name is Cyrus. You've got the image of him up on Roll20 there. Cyrus is a very strange looking creature. He seems to have identified himself as basically a servant in Castle Ravenloft, and he was sweeping and kind of walking around a dark hallway with a lamp while he swept in the mist. But he's a rather strange looking creature. He's got one of his feet is, I think this is what catches my attention right away. One of his feet is, there's really no way to describe it other than duck-like. I should specify, sorry. His foot is like the foot of a duck. His foot is not like a duck. That would be very inconvenient.
Does it squeak, like quack when he walks?
No, his foot is like, he is an orangey scaled webbed foot. That foot is not wearing a shoe. I suppose he has been limited in what his options are for shoe options. He's and Cyrus has kind of a strange looking face. One of his ears is distinctively kind of feline looking on one side of his face, and a very kind of, it's shaggy complexion. Unclear if it's a beard or something else is going on, and his arms look very kind of beast-like. He's kind of garbed in a very strange assortment of rags. He's got kind of a belt with a bunch of little pouches and knickknacks on it, and he's got a strange kind of assortment of, like, he's got a big heavy key and a weird looking medallion around his around his neck, and a backpack full of who knows what kind of junk on his back, in addition to his lamp and his broom that he's carrying around. And I believe after a short conversation with Elevor, he has joined you in the Hall of Bones. I'll remind you, the Hall of Bones is this very strange chamber in the basement of Ravenloft, where the bones are really central in the name. They're very central in the decor. Stacks of skulls, all kinds of weird, kind of poorly hodgepodge together skeletal art on the wall. And this is where you previously retrieved the skull of Argynvost and returned it to Argynvost Holt. The skull was kind of the centerpiece that is here no longer. So it's all of you and Cyrus.
Take it away, Elevor.
I assume that you have a plan.
No.
I mean, we were just kind of getting
How many
more
years have we been
information.
doing this? Why would
You
you
had
say
a
that
month.
about
We
us?
have not played in a month. You had 30 days to come up with a plan.
And we all got together and we talked about it and we said, you know what?
The best plan is no
let's
plan.
Go in without no plan. No.
Yeah.
All I remember is
I just want to say, Dan plays in another game that I run that is not for a podcast. Sorry, I do occasionally run things not for a podcast. Frequently, it's to test out things that will later be on a podcast. And that game has somebody who is very into D&D and sends the group, I don't get them as the dungeon master, he sends the players lengthy tactical emails, which, as far as I can tell, the other players
I was gonna say, that seems like an Erica thing.
The other players do not read them, and it is hilarious because
I know exactly who you're talking about.
They knows who Brian is.
They don't read
obvious.
them? That's so mean.
Oh no, we read them. We just don't respond to them.
Oh, okay.
You also
Don't act
at
on
least
them.
some. Also, your wife doesn't read them.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
Admitted.
Yeah.
Well, they have an infant.
Yeah, but no, I mean, so this player would be like, okay, we're gonna go with alternate plan C, and everybody else will like nod their heads, and then something random will happen because no one read the email. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Oh my
you
God,
know,
that
See, if
sounds
I
really
sent
cool.
it, I'm guessing it.
If Erica sent it, people would read it.
At least half of you would read it.
But I'm just saying.
But
I'm
you
just
would
pointing out.
parse it into like
It would be
very
very-
digestible
exactly.
bullet points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Plans are
bullet
not
points all the way.
Plans are not everything.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Well,
great.
as far
I
as I remember,
apologize.
we planned on getting in any information we could from our friend here.
Via
and,
conversation.
via conversation. You know what? We should ask. Can someone remind me what the little guy said about? I think it was Piddlewick said about where we were supposed to go to find a special treasure trove, because maybe this guy
The
would have
original,
more-
the actual.
the
Piddlewick.
actual Piddlewick,
the ghost of Piddlewick, as
Yeah.
opposed to the horrible wooden avatar Piddlewick too.
Correct.
Yeah.
I know that he said I think he said crypts and he pointed down into the basement. Tony, maybe it was more specific than that, but
Oh
I
gosh,
think
I
it
don't
was
remember.
in his grave.
but yeah, it was definitely wherever he was interred,
Oh,
wherever
okay.
he was buried. So
I now know. Thank you.
Yeah. And also, I think we're looking for the wine cellars.
Mhm.
Yes,
Correct.
that's a good yes.
So,
Okay, so wine cellars and potentially the crypt. Okay, so
Cyrus looks around at all of you, and I guess even
Roldish
like all of you,
smiles.
because Aragal and just Vasilika and everyone is here. Everyone's here. Oh, so many of you new visitors to the Master's Castle. So exciting.
yes,
it's a neat castle.
Yes, it is. It is very fine.
Lena
It's
shoots
very
you a
exciting.
weird look, like, okay.
we're
I
all
mean,
very excited here.
It is a pretty
Um,
neat castle. It's weird, but Roldish
So
digs it.
so many halls to sweep for Cyrus.
exactly.
Cyrus must,
Yeah,
must keep it tidy.
I have a feeling that you have been to a lot of places in this castle, keeping the place nice and
yes,
clean.
yes. Cyrus knows that castle very well. Perhaps
You
the
know,
best.
that's good to hear. You know, I have to tell you, one time I sat down in a chair and it gave me the ability to learn the entirety of a building. And it was like
All
I
chairs?
just knew.
Or just
Well,
one
it was
chair?
one specific chair, and it was really cool. Like you feel a little powerful when you know where everything is. And I think Cyrus, you seem like a pretty powerful guy.
Yes, you are wise. You see that Cyrus is the seat of knowledge.
Oh, I love it. That was a pun. That was very good.
Yes. Chairman
The
Cyrus,
seat.
they will call him someday.
Roldish is thinking it over. She doesn't quite get it.
Imra's
And I feel
stepping back.
like Imra and Lena are standing in the back looking so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Crucible just nodding
Just
thoughtfully. Yes.
Oh
I see.
man. And Elevor says, so there is one room that we were really interested in checking out. It's kind of important. I think the master has some stuff planned pretty soon, is thinking about some celebrations. And how does one celebrate but with a nice, delicious bottle of wine?
including you, Rahadine's corpse that is just lying in the corner of the Hall of Bones. And Cyrus kind of giggles to himself, looking at the I guess at this point, week old corpse of Rahadine. Cyrus knows everything.
Yes. So I think that we would really like to check out the wine cellar, because I know there are some celebrations that are going to be coming up. And we thought, I mean, I know a thing or two about wine, but really this one, and I point at Lena and I say, she knows a lot about wine. I think that she'd be able to pick out a nice, beautiful vintage with a great bloom for the big guy upstairs.
Lena nods curtly. Her only nods.
Lena, sommelier.
Yes. Yes. Wine cellar is just down the hall east of here, but no one has been there in many years. I don't know if there's anything left. I think all tapped out.
Oh, very good. I get it. Oh man.
Is it through the misty hallway?
Yes, at the end of the hall.
When's the last time that someone who wasn't you walked through that hallway?
Other servants come and go. It's perfectly safe. Don't mind the mist. You wouldn't want to miss out on the opportunity.
I'm gonna roll insight.
I love this guy.
Don't mind the mist. It's like don't mind the mess that someone hangs in their home.
Okay, that's 25.
Yeah.
Does he think that this mist is going to harm us?
Let me just make sure let me remind myself of how toxic the mist is.
Of how toxic?
I just say things.
On
I just
a
say
scale
things.
of 1
don't
to
even-
10.
Yeah. Let's see. It's just cold. It's harmless.
Okay.
Or at least Cyrus believes so.
Okay, so I give everyone like again a curt nod.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Lena actually probably does prop the door open and does like a scan of like, walls, floors,
Sure.
ceiling.
So there is this weird, unlit, wide corridor beyond the Hall of Bones. Several doorways to the north, at least one to the south. You can see a set of stairs at the very end, also leading to the north, and kind of a weird gate or something at the end of the hallway. It's gloomy and like, why is there fog inside? That doesn't seem right. But
Brildish is going to ask, why is there mist inside?
Cyrus does not know why there is fog here. I suppose the master deems it so, and so there is fog.
It's pretty atmospheric.
Yes.
And with that in mind, I mean, Lena isn't going to miss the chance to not illuminate her sword in a dark, misty hallway, like obviously. I mean, I don't know. Do we want to check it out while we continue to talk, or do we want to?
I think that's a great idea.
And
So-
the master sent you here? Are you
Yeah,
lost? You're a new guest, right?
Yeah, the master brought us to the castle.
Ah,
And I think that, given that there are some celebrations coming up, we do want to see if we can. I know you said it's probably empty, but just in case there's a bottle of wine hanging around somewhere, I often hide my best bottles, behind the ones that are all
Behind
empty and
some
broken.
mist.
Behind
Or
some
have you
mist.
not
And
been
some
sharing your wine with the rest of it?
I plead the fifth, which is a thing
I
that
don't
we
know what
say
that
where I'm
is.
from when we
Yeah.
don't want to tell you the
What
truth
happened the
about
first
something.
through fourth?
yeah.
Druids are mysterious indeed.
Indeed.
You wouldn't understand. It's druidic.
Is the fifth kind of tree?
Perhaps it is.
I plead the birch.
I plead the fifth. So what it really means is I plead the fifth acorn.
Oh,
And that's because when druids are young, we are tasked with several tests, and one of those tests is it's like a multiple choice test, right? And you decide which answer you choose based on which acorn you select. And the first four acorns are like A acorn, B acorn, C acorn, D acorn. But
Druid
if you plead
Scantron.
exactly, if you
Mhm.
plead the fifth, if you ask for the fifth acorn, then you're kind of given clemency to pass
it's
that.
the I
So
have no idea.
it's my way.
It's the
Yeah,
I have no idea what's going on acorn.
Exactly.
It's the acorn of self-incrimination.
I had no idea that the druid culture was so standardized.
You wouldn't think it, right?
Yeah.
N- yeah.
Mm.
All right,
Uh,
so we go
we're
to the
young.
hallway.
What is happening? What are we doing?
Cyrus says, I will lead the way and help you keep your spirits up. Just this way, straight down the hall, through the mist,
Excellent.
or prefer to think of it as fog, whichever you prefer.
I'm
Cyrus
getting in
sometimes-
line. I'm following.
Sometimes think of it as mist, sometimes think of it as fog. These are the larders and other offices for the servants of the master. Cyrus lives down here.
Brildish, you can't be poisoned, right? Or you're like good at not being poisoned. Just asking,
I have
Just a friendly question that friends ask each other.
You can't be poisoned, right?
I'm
yeah.
resistant.
I'm
I'm
also
resistant to
resistant to
poison.
poison.
But I'm immune to disease.
Same. Samesies.
Oh my god, it sounds like we have two great people to walk into this hallway.
Yep.
And I'm on a pony.
One
All
does
right.
not simply walk into
The pony
a
is
hallway.
not resistant to poison.
No,
Um,
but the pony can just, head home and then come back because I have that spell.
what is life? All right, you head in. It is, it's cold and the air is wet and it's not pleasant, but it does not have any ill effect.
Does that
I guess
song start playing? I can feel all in the air tonight.
Cyrus hesitates because he's not sure whether he's expected to lead the way or follow you or walk side by side with you.
We
which
like
is a little
gesture
awkward.
to keep him in the middle.
All right, yeah.
We had a lot of practice, gesturing you first when we met Piddlewick 2. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, Elevor
All right.
stands in the middle with Cyrus and holds out his hand
All
to
right.
hold his hand and walk with him.
Aw.
La, la,
Cyrus
la, la.
kind of gingerly accepts it. And you realize his hand is very paw-like, and there's kind of a I imagine Cyrus has kind of a weird, slightly asymmetric sound as he walks down the hall with his normal footstep and then the wet slap of his duck foot and then
Amazing.
It's rhythmic.
Yeah. All right. I guess there's not much to do other than head down the hall. Cyrus holds up his lantern that casts a little bit of light because apparently they're saving on heating bills or something. There is at the end of this hall, you pass several doors on your left, one door on your right. You can see there is a flight of stairs heading up. But right past that turn off for the stairs, there's this kind of old iron portcullis, and it does look like there's a large open space beyond, and you see what you are seeking, an image. You see in the distance the shapes kind of looming out of the darkness of barrels.
Barrels!
There's a description of this room, so why don't I read it? Arched frames of stone form a low, wet ceiling over this wine cellar. Great casks line the wall, their bands rusting and the contents long since spilled onto the floor. A few hungry rats make their home here, but upon your arrival, they retreat into the shadows. Squeak, 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 squeak. That's them squeaking and then moving away. That's my rat. Those are my rat Foley effects for you.
Crucible will ask about the portcullis. Is this always kept sealed?
I don't think anyone has been this way in quite some time.
Is it possible to be opened, or is it fallen into disrepair?
Let me just check here.
It couldn't possibly be in disrepair. This castle's so tidy.
Cyrus takes out he's got like a ring of keys, and he's kind of fiddling with it, trying to find a key. He's like,
He's trying so hard not to steal those keys.
Trying.
How could you tell?
Just a couple minutes. I think I have the key for this, but I'm not sure.
Take your time. We'll just look around.
Okay.
A little bit.
Looking at the Lena, you glance at the locking mechanism. Just I think that's probably one of the things you do. It looks super rusted, and you think probably not functional. So even if Cyrus has a key, this portcullis may have long since rusted shut.
Do we have anything that we need keys for?
It would probably. It seems to be. I mean, this is kind of like a metal gate that would go up and down. A lot of portcullises can just be lifted. It's inconvenient and loud, but yeah.
Is there another way in, or are there walls to the north and south?
Do you want to go right up to the
sort of a peek in?
Crucible will pop up and sort of.
Okay,
all right, I'll just reveal the whole room to you. I figure if you place your little heads against the bars there.
That was my Foley of head movement.
It does not look like there is any obvious entrances.
What about unobvious entrances?
It does not look like there are any of those.
Door within a secret door within a secret door.
Give me a perception check, and don't make fun of the Hall of Secret Doors.
I rolled a crit on my perception. That's a 28.
All right. Well, okay, so that's great. I'm going to tell you that you are looking around, and with a critical crucible, that's amazing. You do see there are some places where there are some pretty good sized cracks in the walls, but there does not seem to be anything in terms of it's possible that if you were somewhere else, you could maybe smash through the wall into this space, but there does not seem to be anything else in terms of an intentional designed entrance. I think with a critical, you can tell from where you are that there's kind of 3 sets of casks on the north wall, the eastern wall, and the southern wall. They are all kind of branded with a brand indicating that these casks originate from the Wizards of Wine winery, and that there are different flavors, or at least there are barrels from them. The casks on the north wall are branded with the Champagne de l'Estape name. They look like they are rotted and empty. The casks
it's not champagne if it's from Barovia.
I was just say the Champagne region of Barovia.
Yes.
Sparkling despair.
Yeah. The 5 casks on the east side also rotted and empty. They look like at one point they contained Red Dragon wine. Or I'm sorry, Red Dragon Crush, which honestly, no offense to the good people at Wizards of the Coast trying to come up with a fictional name for a wine. Red Dragon Crush sounds more like a name for a fruit punch.
I was gonna say, or a slushy.
like a high C.
I'm figuring those things in the 7-Eleven, right? With the
so we've got Stomp,
like
And
a
Crush.
Fruitopia. Yeah.
Okay, I
And,
see. There's a theme. There's a theme.
Yeah, and then the southern
Right.
ones are Purple Grape Mash number 3.
Mash.
These are
I'm going
not-
to tell you,
These are
grapes
not
to
good
get
wine
wine.
names.
Mash,
Yeah.
Stomp, and Crush.
Um,
But it's Barovia, you guys.
You,
Of course they're not good
That's
wine
like-
names.
Is
Yeah.
that the equivalent of Mad Dog? Like what?
Yeah.
What is?
Ooh.
I believe one of all of the wine in Barovia comes from Wizards of Wine Winery. Since their magic seeds were stolen, I'm not making this up. This is a thing that was referenced 100 episodes ago. They've lost the ability to create their basically the finer qualities of wine. So I think Purple Grape Mash number 3 is the only wine currently in production in Barovia.
Except we liberated that.
You did
that
liberate one,
and
but-
then one more beyond that as well.
Yes, but I think it's going to take a while before they recultivate and
Right. But there's a third one.
yes, somewhere.
Somewhere.
Maybe it's behind these bars.
Maybe.
Crystal, we need to open this.
What's
right.
behind
But
bars number 1?
I'm still explaining important things that Crucible. So I just
Yes.
want to
Sorry,
say,
yes, you see everything.
normally I would not interrupt you and cut you off, but Dan will get mad if I don't mention this. Dan, or specifically Crucible, you sense movement, or I guess not sense, but see it. You see something kind of something moved in the bottom middle barrel. So that would be on the southern. Oh, I had to use the right thing and roll 20. You saw something move inside through a crack in the barrel.
I believe there may be
on
something
the south wall.
alive in one of those barrels.
Should we throw something at it?
Cyrus says, very possible. Ravenloft, dangerous place. Wouldn't recommend going in there.
But I want to go in there. I am stone is my thing, but barrels close second.
Cyrus just kind of shrugs and says, "It's a free country."
Is
it?
Is it?
I'll come and take a look at the mechanism.
Yeah.
In my perception as a servant of the evil master and the evil authoritarian government,
It's a free country or else.
country.
Yeah.
It's really more of a duchy.
I'm going to try and perceive a mechanism or some sort of
Sure.
catch.
Go for it, Lena.
Oh, that's a 13.
You take a look at it. It's has not been maintained or used in probably decades, and is it is whatever locking mechanism here is no longer functional. You do think that because it's no longer functional, nothing is keeping or aside from the weight of the gate itself, from some sturdy characters lifting the portcullis and holding it up while people scurried under it.
Can we potentially scare the... Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't realize that was...
I was just going to
Go
say
ahead,
Lena
please.
conveys this to everyone.
Okay, cool.
Conveyed.
Oh, we've got a portcullis in between us and whatever's in there. If we can get it angry and then lob things at it while it can't get to us, I like that, rather than opening it and then it's a bad thing and then we die. Or potentially die.
That's an
Although we
interesting
haven't died
idea.
yet, so.
That would
Oh.
never occur to Brildish, I will tell you that.
Elevor started off by saying, can we throw something at it? So he's definitely wanting to do
It's a little
that.
awkward to throw something through a portcullis, but I mean, if you want to try it,
And sideways.
I'm on board.
Get your arm in and go.
It's real sidearm there.
Or we could just smash it.
The whole barrel?
I mean, she like gestures vaguely
One of the
at
kinds of wine is
Broldish.
literally called smash, right? Or
Yeah.
mash.
Yeah.
Can I get a sense of how, if I sort of experimentally try to lift that gate?
Yeah, you want to give me a strength check to do
Yeah,
that?
let's
I
do
mean,
that.
I'm still on pony and hanging, sort of guarding our rear. But if help is required, I will dismount and come. And
I mean, you
I'll
could
give
certainly-
My
the two
first
of-
try is an 18, so we'll see how that goes.
You feel like you almost got it, but if you had some help, probably you'd
Right.
do better.
Bruldish, lend me a hand over here.
all right, I will tromp up. And
Lena has her
help with.
sword out, probably Aline.
Yeah, I have
Sorry.
my
Mhm.
yeah
Not-
for sure.
Yeah.
So
I
get
forget.
to-
Are for purposes of things, are Aragal and Basilica nearby, or I don't know.
They're nearby. Yes,
They're
they should
nearby.
have-
Okay.
they
I
should
don't
always
know if
be.
they
Uh,
hang back or not.
is
There
if
we go,
Bruldish
it's pretty
helping,
good.
I get an advantage on another
Yep.
shot? Okay, let's see how that goes.
I assume your strength is just the same as mine.
I rolled another crit. That's 23.
All right. It takes a little bit of work and it makes a horrible grinding noise, but you shove the portcullis up into the space where it slides in and out of, and it's relatively trivial at this point to kind of hold it in place there. Though I guess
Could Lena like jam something in a mechanism somewhere to keep it up?
Can I have one of the magic axes?
Yeah.
these are not doorstops;
+2.
they're magic axes.
Yep.
That I
Yes.
gave you.
We're lousy with them, Tony.
Brodish
Yeah,
just
so-
sort of gestures with her head toward the +2 magic great axe.
Yep, just wedges it.
It makes a good doorstop.
This
too.
is why we can't have nice.
Hold on,
things.
we've got
is
a
it not
we've got
even? We can use the other one too.
we've got a Ming vase we can use on the other side.
Before like ducking in, Lena says, "Aragal, why don't you talk to our guide?"
Don't kill him, please.
But
Ask him about the
like
book
in
you were
the
reading.
why don't you continue a conversation and let us know if he goes anywhere type of way.
All right. So is this enough that we can go in without
Yeah.
me having to hold it?
I think so.
All right. I'll
Yes,
pop in.
for the cost of 1 + 2 acts that you may or may not remember to recover.
Weren't using it. Follow Bruce Broldish down.
You can't take it with you.
That's not true. You can take it with you.
All right. Broldish and I guess we'll check out this this barrel down here.
All right, Broldish and Crucible, you approach the barrels. All of the barrels here are ancient, are rotted out. They're more like metal hoops that have heard about wood. They're not in great shape. There is nothing that suggests that wine has been here in any recent amount of time. And as you approach the barrel, just making sure here, Broldish and Crucible, you are approaching the barrel that you sense movement from.
yeah.
I have my bow drawn.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
I've got my spear out.
the movement, the source of the movement moves. There's kind of the barrel, and this is one of those big, I imagine it's like 6 feet wide, kind of floor to ceiling kind of barrels, kind of rocks from side to side just a little bit. And
Brodish says, "Hello, is anybody in there?"
And from
Broldish, no.
a large crack on the bottom of the barrel, a hideous black ooze just kind of slurps through and moves menacingly in your direction. I'm going to show you a picture of this creature. I want you to understand that the picture of the creature shows something horrible happening to another monster, and so I want you to make sure that you don't get confused about which is the monster that
I
you're
had to do the
currently
same
dealing
thing.
with.
There was an ooze
Okay.
in my game, and I had to
Yes.
explain to my players, like, it's
Yeah,
not
black
the
pudding. Yeah, I
creature,
had to
it's
deal
the
with it.
creature
It's not-
on the creature.
It's not the orc-like creature in this art I'm showing you. It's the horrible black tar around the the orc. You are being attacked by a black pudding.
Yum.
Yeah.
How about the rest of a full Irish breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Let me just add that
Oh,
to
man,
the
now I'm
layer
hungry.
there.
Thanks.
All right, I am gonna roll initiative for the black pudding. I would encourage you all. This may be, a short, little excursion.
Because we're all gonna
But
die.
I encourage you to. But no, because there's a lot of you, and it's one black pudding.
How are we gonna split it 5 ways?
I don't know. You
share.
all get to
In this party, we share.
we share.
We
As
share
the
pudding.
people who manage Aragal and Basilica and other ridiculous numbers of animals that you brought with you, you get to decide which of them are part of the battle or not.
No, Pony
I
is
don't-
going to hang out with
Yeah, I
Vasilka.
think Vasilka is back there.
Yeah, I think they're all, staying.
Good chatting.
Samus is a fighter always.
All right.
Yeah. And Danu's probably just hiding in your coat as per
Yeah, I don't have
usual.
Danu summoned right now, in fact.
Oh.
Okay. Are these new initiatives that I see popping up
I
here?
put mine in.
Oh,
All right.
that's important
Yeah.
to roll for initiative.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll probably
We-
take Aragal
we do this
and
all the
Vasilka
time.
out or ignore them.
There we go.
Mhm. All right. I see Elevor 17, Crucible 15, Lena 14. The Black Pudding, not the most dexterous of creatures, 13. Broldish also 13, Imra 10, Aragal 9, Vasilka 5,
do I
Samus
get
at
to go
11.
Before it then?
Yeah,
Or
so it or what's your modifier?
+0.
Its modifier is -3. You get to go first. So this horrible kind of nightmarish sticky black ooze menaces its way out of the barrel. I would, I'm not going to tell you how your characters react to certain things, but I think most people would not immediately try to negotiate with ooze. But
Hello there.
No.
What's your name?
Elevor, you're not most people, and you get to go first.
I am not most people, and in this case, I will not be negotiating with this creature because I know of the evil of these creatures, or the hunger, I should say. It's not necessarily evil. So I'm going to create bonfire on it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking fire.
So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw of 16 or face my fire.
Well, as previously mentioned, it's real bad at that. I have rolled a 13 -3 is 10, so I take 7 fire damage. Is that what's happening?
7 fire damage, yes.
Noted.
Let's be careful. We think that there might be something valuable in this room.
Yep.
This is true.
Yep.
Do you actually say that out loud so that
Yes.
Brildish can hear it?
Yes. Whether Brildish hears it is up to you. But she does
the words
say
have
it
been
like
said. Crucible, I believe you're
that's all
next.
for Elevor, yeah.
I will point 2 fingers at it, and a bolt of radiant energy heads in its direction. Could it make another dexterity saving throw? DC 16.
I fail spectacularly.
I will do some damage from this. Oh, that was a terrible roll. I will also add my blessed strike onto it.
Now let me ask Crucible, because you are in proximity to the black pudding. What kind of attack was this?
I mean, it's a cantrip, but
okay, it's a ranged attack.
I didn't make an attack. You rolled a saving throw.
You're right, but you were doing a ranged spell thingy to it.
Yes.
I'm just asking questions.
Okay. That is 10 radiant damage.
I know why he's asking that.
Micah has joined the ranks of a dungeon master and has seen all of the fun things behind the scenes. All right, Lena Delina.
Lena's gonna scoot up and bring down her glowing blade upon this hateful beast. That's a crit fail.
Oh no.
Okay.
Did you slip on some ooze?
Yeah, I think possibly. Or it's like the fire that's still kind of going.
Yeah.
It can still kind of like sway to one side and avoid things.
Yeah. Okay.
You take a nice sized chunk out of the barrel that it was hiding inside.
Yeah. So okay, but with her offhand,
Mm.
that's a 21. And then it's going to be a 1d6, but she doesn't use her ability. No, I don't want to roll 3d6. I want to roll 1d6.
I mean, you probably want to roll 3d6.
Well,
I'd love to
actually,
roll
I
3.
will roll 3d6 in a moment. But okay, so that's 4 damage plus my sneak attack. Sorry, that's 5d6.
Oh my god.
5d6.
Okay, so that's 19 radiant damage.
NBD.
Sorry, no, not 19 radiant damage, just 19 magic damage.
Magic weapon damage. Okay. Now, Lena, you have closed with the black pudding, closed with the ooze, and are right up against it, and you are attacking it with what weapon do you hold in your offhand?
So that's my other magic.
Your other magic thing.
Sword.
Okay, yeah, because you have a lightsaber and then a talking sword.
Yeah.
Who's not the chattiest talking sword? It's almost
a sword
like
with feelings.
a sword with feelings. It's
Yeah.
almost like the adventure had way too many sidekicks at that. The
Both
point you
of
discovered
my
it.
swords have feelings.
Yeah.
Which is probably
each other?
therapy.
No, I mean,
I don't know. I kind of ship it.
I kind of, yeah. Also, I imagine like Lena is somebody who, feelings and Lena are not always in the same
You
car.
keep them buried deep.
Yeah,
You store your feelings in your swords.
Yeah. You bury your feelings deep, just like your dead relatives. So yeah. So the reason I ask is there is some bad news when somebody makes a melee attack on an ooze, or particularly this ooze. First off, you're gonna take 4 acid damage. Just like you chop it, you get a good hack out of it, but some of the black gross stuff like splashes in your direction, and you take 4 damage. If you, the other stuff is moot because you were using a magic weapon. It's gonna be real exciting when it's Brildish's turn.
Brildish is excited.
Well, I can also disengage and move away. And I am going to.
Yep. No reason not to.
Okay. Brildish, I'm real excited to see what happens on your turn.
Okay, so I feel like Brildish has fought ooze type creatures before. Possibly even a black pudding. I can't remember specifically, but I'm just wondering, is this one of those creatures where if I do slashing damage to it, I'm worried it's going to turn into 2 oozes? And
do you want to do some kind of nature check or something to see if you remember that?
Wait, are oozes natural?
I don't know.
I was wondering that a minute ago.
And actually,
like
I should have
puddles.
I should have actually asked what.
I think they're primordial.
Sounds right.
Jane,
or aberration. Actually, oozes are oozes. I looked this up for something.
Yeah, they are. They were
Oh,
just
yeah,
saying
yeah,
an ooze.
Yeah, they redid them. Yeah.
Jane, did you do slashing damage?
Is magic
no, it was
damage
piercing.
still type?
Piercing damage.
That's right.
So
I'm gonna roll
something, Erica.
All right, I rolled a 9.
Knowledge.
I don't know what I should be adding to it. If it's nature, that's -1. So
let's just say you remember there's something about oozes that makes them tricky.
Because my thought was that Brildish, because Brildish is not smart, but the one thing that she's good at is fighting.
Yeah.
And her thought was instead of slashing down with her sacred battle axe, instead she would turn it sideways and thwap it with the flat side, like hitting it with a spatula to do bludgeoning damage. This is Brildish's plan. So that's what she's gonna try. She doesn't know if it's gonna work. She doesn't know what's gonna happen.
All right, I will.
So I don't know how that's gonna work.
We should get Brildish a magic spatula, though. I'm just.
Are you asking any of these questions out loud, or is this all just in your head?
Just in my head as I'm
gonna say, Brildish. I think I'm making up rules as we go, as I want to do for years.
It's fun.
I think that if you're attacking something and you're using the axe sideways, I think you get disadvantage. So
yeah, that's totally fair because it's basically a different kind of weapon at that point. All right, so smashing down. I rolled a 5 and a 4, so I'm pretty sure regardless I don't hit.
You know what? Do some math there.
Okay. Do I get to add like my normal?
Yeah.
Okay. My normal silvered battle axe. So that would be the lower one is a 12.
12 hits. An ooze. They're very easy to hit, people. It's a big pool of a big black puddle. It's
All right. So obviously it's not.
It lives in a barrel.
Is it the same? Would you say it's the same?
Yeah, well, it's just for the purposes of we'll say it's the same.
It would help if I picked up the right die instead of the higher one. Okay, so that is 9 bludgeoning damage.
9 bludgeoning damage. And I am also, before you can even ask for it, Erica, granting you inspiration for being smart.
Hey, I already had inspiration, but thank you. I hang on to it because I'm afraid I'm just afraid I'm never going to get it again. But you've gotten much better at that, Tony. I will point that out. As I've been editing, I've noticed. So I would also point out that probably this means that Brildish just gets splattered in the face with a whole bunch of goo. Which I assume is going to do some damage. And that's
okay, can I just say, it sucks that what Elevor knows is not the same as what Micah knows. And Tony, I feel like I deserve ghost inspiration for not saying what you're about to say next, because it breaks my soul.
Do we now reward you for, being a good person? It's not just enough to be a good person.
Only heart inspiration, not real inspiration.
In D&D, you reward people for being good people, Tony.
Not on my game.
Except
Character knowledge
Otherwise-
and character knowledge separation
Yeah.
is the skill that we all must learn when we cross that dark bridge into DM hood.
Yeah. See, remember, Micah, when you were just a player of Dungeons and Dragons, happy,
Yes.
carefree, talking to
Yes.
people you didn't remember the names of? Look at you now. Also, what specific thing am I forgetting that?
Oh, well,
Um,
oh no, nothing, Tony.
oh, okay.
Well
Hey.
played. Yes, never ask for homework.
All right. So, Erica, you just hit the thing. Did you tell me about damage? Did I already do that part?
I don't know if you did that part, but I did tell you about damage.
Okay, I think I did that part.
It was 9.
And then we had to discuss your damage because you're gonna
Yeah.
get splashed with acid damage.
Brolish
you're-
is like she's just
Yeah.
in Hela's name, Hela be praised.
You're gonna
Woo!
take 8 acid damage.
Yes, I am. Mhm.
And I'm gonna ask, because I know you have so many axes. Is it possible?
Okay, you
The-
didn't
the-
forget, Tony.
All
This
right,
is-
all right. Just is it possible
Oh,
that
boy, I know it's coming
you
too.
mentioned that it was silvered, but I think it's non-magical,
It is
right?
non-magical. Yep.
and I think it's probably because it's an axe. It's made of metal or wood.
Oh, it's metal. Yep.
Yep. Um,
I know.
The-
I know.
It's happening!
Micah's
my
not the only
gosh.
one that can
It's
separate.
happening!
Okay, good.
yeah, this just happens. This I don't have to roll anything for
This is
it.
starting to make me teary-eyed, so I'm glad
yeah,
you were already
I
prepared.
have. This is really sad for Broldish. Everyone, I think this is just, this axe has been through a lot, and unfortunately, it will never be the same. That axe takes a permanent -1 penalty to damage rolls because it is part of that axe has kind of corroded away from hitting a thing that's made.
Really upset
know.
that Crucible did not know this ahead of time and would have used the magic weapon spell on the axe.
I mean, Brildish could have too,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
but she may have known something about like the splitting, but she
Yeah.
certainly didn't know that.
Now I will tell you, it could be worse. The axe could be gone,
True.
but unfortunately, this is permanent. And I would say, maybe between adventures, somebody could reforge that axe. But this is
At
not
this
a.
moment,
This is not a.
Brildish
in the-
doesn't even Brildish
Yeah.
doesn't even notice yet.
Oh, okay. You're right. It's just a little sharp.
We better
less sharp.
get that
All right.
+2 axe in the way.
And honestly,
Yeah.
because she used it sideways to smash down, it's not like the edge has come off like you would expect. It's like the whole side of it is starting to slowly like eat away a little
Yeah.
bit, so it's become skinnier as an axe.
Mhm. It's lighter. It won't be as heavy in your backpack. All right.
Yeah,
Anything
that
else,
matters.
Broldish?
It'll be
I
a
don't
spear soon.
Yeah.
Thanks. Oh, I mean, I got a
I
second
gave
attack.
you guys a magic spear, and you're not using it. So,
Wait,
It's
the evil one?
Oh,
well,
all right, Brildish.
you people are so
attacking-
hard to shop for.
Okay, actually, I have a question.
Mm.
Does the permanent -1 thing happen after literally every attack, or is it after every turn?
You
Because
suspect every attack.
okay, well, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, Brildish probably wouldn't notice, so she would probably just attack
Oh,
again because
no.
she's just going smash, smash. So
All
that's
right.
what's happening.
That's what's happening.
This is it's sad, but it's also poignant and beautiful, and that's what
You
games
know,
are about.
axes
we
are
love
made
Broldish.
to go out into the world and be used. This is
As
not like
spatulas
this is not an
destroy
axe. that's-
oozes.
And
Are
in
you put on
some
the
ways,
wall.
this axe has been both a blessing and a burden because she has found better axes, but she can't. She's so loyal that
Mhm.
she
It is.
can't
If it's
willingly.
-2, is she still gonna keep using it?
Yep.
That's
Yes.
the question.
And depends
course
what
she will.
I don't know. Maybe
Uh-huh.
you'll talk to Hela someday.
Anyway,
Roll your attack with disadvantage. You'll probably hit because it's this
in Hela's name, does 11 hit?
11 hits. We have not discovered what the armor class of the ooze is, but
How
it
low
is.
Rolled a-
Can you go?
I rolled a 3 on the die, and I was hoping that would maybe
Yeah.
not hit. So, all right,
An ooze would make a great limbo pole.
that would be a 10, except we're now -1, so it
Hmm.
becomes a 9.
All right. I will tell you,
Just making a note here.
the ooze has lost half of its hit points. It doesn't have blood, but because then it would be a blood pudding.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think it is finally the ooze's turn. Will the ooze get to go before the adventurers murder it? Yes. The ooze, I think, is going to reach out with a pseudopod and attack Broldish because you are the person that has attacked it the most. Broldish, just a quick question. I'm just taking a survey here. Do you wear magic or non-magical armor?
That's actually a good question, and I don't think it's magical. I
don't
think I have any particular.
Well, that may or may not matter.
Chainmail. It's just chainmail.
All right, I have rolled a 10 plus 5 is a 15, is not going to hit up Broldish.
Nope.
So, like, a pseudopod kind of lashes out from the puddle, and you just kind of slap it away with your shield, I imagine.
Yeah.
All right. I think at this point it's just a question of will this creature get another turn? So let us continue. Samus want to bite an ooze?
No, Samus is going to ready an action.
Okay.
If the ooze gets to where Elevor is right now, then
if
Samus
the ooze
will
murders the 3 friends in front of Elevor and gets to Elevor.
Yes.
Samus will leap into action.
Exactly, with a claw.
Got it. Imra, you already had your bow out and an arrow notched and other archery words. What will you do?
Things I don't think an arrow's gonna do diddly.
It might do exactly diddly.
It might do exactly
squelch.
diddly. I have been sitting here this entire time debating using lightning lure.
What is that? Sounds cool.
I like the sound of it.
Cool spell.
So I can create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at the creature of my choice. If it fails a strength saving throw, it will be pulled 10 feet toward me, and then it will give it some lightning damage.
All right. Do you want to try that?
So if I pull it 10 feet toward me,
quick question.
it's
Oh, will that go through Crucible?
Me?
It's half the size now. It's a lot smaller.
I will tell it. Yeah, it's smaller, we'll say.
Okay, so if I pull it like straight through,
you can pull it without.
I can pull it without
going through Crucible. I will tell you one of the main properties of the ooze is specifically that it can move through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing.
Like an octopus.
It is amorphous. Yeah, it's basically like the jerk version of an octopus. It's like no eyes, no charisma, no tentacles, all squeezing.
I mean, it has charisma. It's just like the wrong kind.
Well,
it's an astopus.
Okay, so
can we say that?
Hold on, I gotta hit the tape
Yeah.
No,
delay.
we can't.
No, it's like a donkey. It's like donkey.
That's what I was going for.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, it was sad.
No, it
when
wasn't.
Mike-
You're a
playing
it was
you're a
sad
naughty
when Mikey
boy.
got canceled.
Yeah.
And this is why I was on that special episode with all the
Oh,
cursing.
man. Octopus Gate.
all right. Roll a strength saving.
It's funny
throw
because
for
we
this
actually
thing.
smashed down an octopus.
Oh, yeah. Amazingly, I have rolled a 22 on my strength check of this. It's very sticky. It's got a lot of traction, this black pudding. And so it's like, your lightning lure courses through it, but it holds fast to the barrel, which it's still kind of half in. Does anything happen on a save? Does any of the effect happen?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I think that's all I can do.
All right.
Shoot.
Argal?
Argal passes.
Is Argal okay? Argal just stands in the hallway and looks menacing in case Cyrus, who looks just generally bemused, tries to run away.
Yes.
Is Basilica do something similar?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, back around to Elevor.
All right, it is time instead to instead of using fire, I'm using something else. I need you to make this thing might have a high constitution. A constitution saving throw of 16, please.
All right, I have rolled a 13 on constitution saving throw, so that is mathematically
You-
less than 16.
Take 7 cold damage.
Now I'm just gonna check. Like a sheen of ice kind of quickly passes over the black pudding and then just kind of instantly has no effect, as if the black pudding is immune to cold damage.
Dang it. I was trying not to start fires in here.
Yeah. Sometimes, you find
Sometimes
out
you just
what a
gotta
wine
start a
cellar is
fire.
vulnerable to and what a black pudding's vulnerable to.
You freeze around and find out.
Yeah. Crucible.
Oh my God. Sorry. I only now processed that because I was looking if I had a bonus action. That was
Oh,
excellent.
I'm sorry. I've
I
been
love
moving
it.
quickly, and I should let people tell me when they're actually done with their turn.
Well, and have jokes. Yeah, we just need the jokes.
Yeah, just jokes. I have nothing else I can do.
Okay. Crucibles.
The Sacred Flame seemed to work okay last time. Let's do it again. Dexterity saving throw, DC 16.
All right. You know that this thing is bad at dexterity. I rolled a critical fail. So
a -2 it got.
Yep.
All right, let's see if we can roll better on
Love it.
damage this time. Not much. Oof. I'll use my Blessed Strike on top for an extra D8. Boy, those were bad rolls. That's 7 radiant damage.
All right. And these are not melee attacks, so you're not getting
Nope,
splashed
this
with
is just-
acid.
Yep. Zapping.
Lena,
Oh, wait,
assuming Crucible's all done. Oh, before Lena, a thing.
Can I roll? Okay, I am I'm a cleric of the Forge.
Mhm.
Would my perception be good enough to pick up on the damage this is doing to Boldus's axe? Would I notice that with my...
You are standing
I'm
right
standing
right
right
next.
next to her.
I would say you don't even need to roll for that Crucible. I feel like things that are Forge related, I'm going to give you.
Okay,
Because of
I'm
your
going
backstory.
to reach out.
And also you have that
say,
other thing in your backstory where you know what buildings are for.
I
which
was
is
going to
useless.
ask you about what this room is. What this room is built for.
You suspect that this room was originally constructed to hold wine.
Interesting. I like to see a room being put to its purpose.
Mm.
I'm going to reach out and gently touch. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll touch Broldish's weapon and imbue it as a bonus action as a magic weapon.
Aw.
Okay. Oh.
And say, please, allow me. Onutar.
Brilish will probably
bless
thank you
your
after the
axe.
battle, but right now she's just like, smash,
Yeah.
smash, smash.
Smash.
So it now has a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, which means it's canceling out your damage penalty for the moment.
It's now it's a +0 magic attack.
No,
No, it's
magic
still
axe.
-1.
I know.
Because remember, I
Oh,
did
you're-
Oh, you hit it twice.
two
It's a
attacks.
-1 magic axe.
It's a -1
Oh,
magic
man.
axe.
I'd have to cast
just
it like
imagine
a way
you
higher spell slot.
That's fine.
Yeah.
to get
It's
rid of
totally
that.
fine.
I imagine you trying to like sell that as a used axe and be like -1.
Like
What
Brilish
is
would
this?
do that.
Lightly
What is the story
used.
here? Yeah. Lena.
Lena's gonna scoot up and take another swing. Acid damage be damned. That's a 15?
15 hits.
Okay. That is 13 radiant damage.
That is a lot of radiant damage.
Followed by 19 radiant damage.
All right.
Nice.
So
That's
you
why
are
being a
just
rogue.
stabbing it, and there's
Yeah.
just each time that your glowing magical swords plunge into the ooze, and it shudders, and it's a little bit smaller each time until you are just stabbing at air. Because you have
Oh, good.
defeated the black pudding. Now, let me tell you what I kept a straight face during, and I don't know if Micah knew this or not, but when somebody, we won't name names here, attempted to use lightning lure on a ooze, lightning damage, surprisingly, is one of the things that will cause an ooze to split into two.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Yeah.
Well, good thing then.
Yeah, just a little fun science fact for you there.
Who hasn't tried
all
to
right.
run an electric current through some ooze back in
Yeah.
science
Right,
class?
yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we are reaching the hour mark, so allow me to move us along. The ooze has been defeated, and as the ooze disappears or fades away, you notice maybe something for Lena, Crucible, and Brill, just you're right there next to the barrel the ooze crawled out of. Something maybe glinting. The barrel is not empty, even though the ooze is
I
no
would
more.
like to investigate.
All right, you want to give me a quick perception check?
Absolutely. That is a 16.
All right, let's see here.
Could this be the thing?
Lena holds up a finger and like jerks her head towards the direction of the hallway like we're not alone.
Okay.
Oh, this barrel is empty.
Lena like
Nothing
gives
here.
gives you an
Brildish is
approving
confused.
nod, like you're like trying, you know?
Brildish looks at the barrel, looks at Crucible, like very confused, and then looks at Lena, and then goes, "Ah." It takes a
Brildish
while.
is like, oh, you don't want him to say that there's something.
Yeah.
So in the catching your eye in the barrel, at the bottom of the barrel, maybe a little tarnished, maybe a little bit of ooze elements on it, but not at all faded away by acid or the years, is a strange looks like a medallion or a charm. It's big. It probably wouldn't fit in the palm of your hand. It's kind of a circular metal disc with kind of sun-like little points sticking out of it, and a rather eye-catching red jewel in the middle of it.
Huh.
Brildish doesn't say anything.
Can I?
She's very
what would
careful
it take?
to not say a thing.
What would it take to divine something more about its properties? I have an identify
I'll tell
spell.
you-
How about that?
Well, that would be great. the identify spell would be really good. I would tell you other things depending on different rolls you made, but yeah.
If we have, let's see, I can cast it as a ritual. So if we have a few minutes,
We'd have to distract what's his face for 10 minutes then.
Yeah.
Okay, I can cast it.
That's
as
fine.
I can also cast it and use it. It's a.
I'll
But
go
we
have a
could
10-minute
easily distract him.
conversation.
Yeah, right.
No,
Lavor's got 10
I'm
minutes
sure
of
that
chat
we
in
can.
him.
I'm sure we
Not a
can baffle
problem.
him for 10 minutes while you do
Elivor
that.
will go out and they'll just start exchanging puns and it'll be fun.
Yes, show us.
We
show
can
us these
also ask
tables.
him what's in all of these other rooms.
You could.
This is our TomTom.
Yeah.
For the youths, that was a GPS device before the age of telephones that tell us where to go.
I thought you were going to say before the age of telephones, like full stop.
Period.
And I was like,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Oh, you don't know about tom-toms from the 1800s? They were drums.
Cyrus says
Yes,
go
you
left.
simply followed the sound of the drums and they would bring you
That's
home.
exactly what happens. Yeah.
Cyrus is easily distracted.
Yes.
Perfect.
Cyrus, if you want, do you want to ask Cyrus questions about what's going on in the other rooms?
I think, yes, we would love to know what is
Yeah,
going
why
on
not?
in the other rooms.
What?
Yeah.
Let's just do a little bit of that because you might gain some useful information. What would you like to ask Cyrus
Are you
about?
planning on killing him between now and the next time we play? Because we could always chat
No,
with
We're
him.
trying
But,
to
I mean-
distract him for the 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Well, Elivor says, so I met a ghost the other day here in
yes,
the castle.
yes.
That wasn't here.
Many-
it was somewhere else.
many-
Let me just tell you
many-
the story.
The master has many friends who
Stick around.
you know, maybe dearly departed, but not so dear.
Indeed. And this friend actually said that he had something for me. And it wasn't like a menacing, I got something for you. It was more like a, hey, there's something I'd like to give you. And he mentioned some crypts where his grave is. Have you heard of Piddlewick?
Piddlewick 1 or Piddlewick 2?
Well, the
So
original.
so many
the
Piddlewicks the
OG
master has.
Piddlewick.
I've not met him myself, but I've heard the stories.
Do you happen to know where he might be, or rather where his corpse might be located? Have you dusted around the crypts?
Cyrus does not go into the crypts. It's dirty there, and the master forbids it.
Oh, you're forbidden from entering the crypts. Well, do you know where the crypts are?
Cyrus knows his way around everywhere here. The crypts are down from here.
Got it. Well, I may,
But
if you've got some time.
Sometimes you have to go up to get down.
Oh yeah, we've heard that. In fact,
Oh,
we've
God.
experienced it.
Mhm.
Would
Sometimes
Perhaps
you just
I
get
could-
stuck.
do you need something to eat? The kitchens are just north of here, or I could show you to the guest chambers. I'm sure you're tired from your little wine adventure.
What's your favorite meal?
Cyrus likes stew,
What kind of stew?
whatever kind I have.
I just was sort of curious what the kitchen gets up to making. That's why I was wondering.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
I would love to see the map unfogged for no other reason than my own satisfaction, but that might be not the most
we might do
prudent
that next
move.
time. Meanwhile, Crucible, while that conversation has been happening, I believe you have successfully
Yes.
Done stuff.
So I've cast the Identify spell. You choose one object you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it's a magic item or some other magic-imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
All right. This object, which is indeed the object, one of the objects that you were prophesized to find that would be helpful in your campaign against Strahd von Zarovich, hidden here in a barrel beneath a black pudding in the larders of Il Omen, is the holy symbol of Ravenkind. And you know from casting this spell that this is a unique holy symbol sacred to the good-hearted faithful of Barovia, an object that, you know, it's not tied to any one religion or faith, but you know, it's just kind of a symbol of purity and goodness, a symbol of light in a land that does not know it, and a symbol that has been lost for generations. Though it looks just like a fancy platinum amulet shaped kind of like the sun with a shiny red crystal in the middle, you know that it is a holy symbol that could be wielded by a cleric or paladin, prerequisite good alignment, that has 10 charges. It regards charges every day at dawn and under the light of the sun, and it has several powerful things that it can do related to, I'll just, you know, without giving you the full text of them, or I can paste the full text of them into Roll20, but the skinny on it is those spells that it can do include hold vampires. Little specific, which allows you to attempt to basically paralyze a vampire for a minute. Turn undead, which it lets you, if you already have turn undead or turn the unholy, basically gives you an amped up version of this. And then it's kind of big special ability, sunlight. As an action, you can spend 5 of the 10 charges while presenting the holy symbol to make it shed sunlight in a 30-foot radius. The light counts as sunlight, which I don't know if you remember from the Tome of Strahd and from other things you've learned about vampires, kind of a big deal vis-a-vis vampires. And so this is where your quest has brought you, to the weird wine cellar. At one point you thought maybe this item would be at the winery itself. It was not, though you did many other good things for the people of Barovia, and you are one step closer in your campaign to take down Strahd von Zarovich, the Dark Master of Barovia itself, and that's worthy of commendation. Probably you'll do something foolish next time that will get you into further danger and disarray, but you have explored an important part of Castle Ravenloft and done so without dying. Congratulations.
So far.
Side
horrible
quest
fate
crossed
Yes,
off.
side quest crossed off. What horrible fate will our adventurers find next time? Will they go to the crypts? Will they have to go up a giant tower to get to the crypts first, even though the crypts are down? We don't know. Is the Cyrus Bellevue guy on the up and up? Probably not. For answers to questions, not those ones, but such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end.
Woo!
You did it.
But what
You
about
did
the
it.
seed?
Well, you know, there's a lot of side
keep
quests.
Looking.
Yeah, keep looking.
Keep looking.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't know where you're gonna go next, given this was one of your main
Neither do we.
things you want to do.
It's a surprise to everyone.
There's still a lot of Ravenloft out there.
Probably the crypts. Like I
yeah.
feel like that's the other
Yeah.
specific thing.
We'll figure it out in a really long email
Yeah.
between now and next week.
I'll start an email with some bullet points.
Yes.
First,
I will
explaining
remind
how-
you. So I think you have 2 leads related to the crypt. One is for the very side quest of Piddlewick promised you something in his grave, that is presumably in the crypts. But I also believe that you made a determination about where you would find Strahd, and that was somehow
Strahd was
related.
we knew Strahd was with his wherever his
Brother.
brother was interred. We don't necessarily know if that's the same crypt
Hopefully not
as
the
the hoi polloi and
Well,
the
and-
jesters are interred.
But it
But
might be in
we've-
vicinity. So
Yeah, we found that one stairway down where the door had been bricked up, but there was the hole in it that bats
Yeah.
would fly through.
Yep.
That seems crypt-like.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's still that, isn't there that like fancy
Password.
thing in the basement where we have to need the password for?
That was up.
That wasn't in the
That was
basement.
up.
It was up. It was
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
near the bell tower.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's up is down
Don't need
here.
his password.
If someone
Gotta go down
has
and go up.
one of those spells that allows them to like see the history of a place, I think that's like the only
Time travel?
Or we have to
This
find the little
giant
notebook where Starlight found all
tower
his
was originally
passwords.
created to house stairs.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
All right. Well, we are done, which is great. We will be back next Tuesday to do stuff. We should mention if you enjoyed this and want to send Tony some money, that's me. It's not possible. No, that's not true. You can go to givetonymoney.fun if you feel like sending me a few dollars. I am currently unemployed. It's great. So know that exists. Also, Jane, did you want to mention your friend's Kickstarter?
Yes, absolutely. So if you are in this chat, that might mean that you like things that are spooky and scary and TTRPGs. And in that case, I would like to send you to my friend Pat Edwards's Kickstarter for the Black Ballad, which is an 5e compliant TTRPG adventure that is on Kickstarter currently. It just went live. It's doing great. That has the premise of every character in this campaign has died, and you are now in, what's the city called? You are now in the Sunless Crossing.
Oh, great. That sounds great.
Yeah, so it's like a spooky cleric focused afterlife campaign. They do beautiful work. I'll post the link in chat.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good stuff.
Anything else from anyone else that we should mention today?
No.
Oh.
I
so.
just for I want to determine who is actually going to hold on to this holy symbol, so I can add it to my character sheet if it would be me.
Yeah, I guess that's a Crucible Brildish conversation, right?
Well, because
Yeah.
Crucible is not good, correct?
Technically, yeah.
That
I
was
was
my
going to discuss
question.
potentially whether or not there was some alignment shifts in his future.
Yeah, I feel like alignment is kind of organic,
Mhm.
and
Yep, definitely.
so.
There's also the possibility that Brildish recognizes that the sacred axe of Hela has started to crumble and determines that means that Hela has shifted her blessing to this holy symbol, and therefore, yeah, I feel like that's the kind of thing that Brildish would just be like, Hela has led me here in this battle with this evil fiend. The axe has, transferred its holiness into this wondrous item that it will now be used to free all of this land.
Well, that's a better story.
That's pretty cool. But also, Dan doesn't have any animal pals.
I know, that's true. Do you
I
want
have a
Pony?
mace of terror.
I'll trade you.
Do you want Pony? Did you just offer to trade Pony for an amulet?
That was
Wow.
that was me, not Brildish. That was a joke from
Wow.
Erica.
Wow.
Brildish.
I'll take your inspiration. The thing you treasure most.
Wow.
So, anyways, it's something to think about. We can
discuss it in the email
offline.
in the email chain.
Awesome.
I can't. I've lost track of whether the email chain is a joke or an actual thing.
You'll never know. You're not on
You'll
it.
never know
not on
because
it.
you're the
All right.
dungeon master.
Either that or
Well,
it's a Slack
fine.
channel and you are in it. So.
No, well, what can I do? All
We're
right.
starting another channel.
Oh gosh.
Mm.
Well, thank you for watching on YouTube, listening to the bootleg, or probably not listening to the actual episode because this part will be cut out. But yeah, we had like 20 people watching and hanging out on the YouTube, and that's always great. It's good to see people and know that everyone out there is doing okay. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.